Chief guest, Dr. Radhakrishnan, Chairman of ISB, Mr. Harish Manwani, immediate past Chairman, Mr. Adi Godrej, members of the Executive Board, faculty, alumni and staff, families and friends of the graduating students, especially spouses and children, and dear students, good evening and welcome to the graduation ceremony of the PGP class of 2018 and PGP Max 2017. Dear students, graduation day holds a special, very special space in anybody's heart. And it's a crowning moment that doesn't come very often. You spent a lot of time, and it's a matter of great pride for your family to get you back. You've been hard at work, and I suspect hard at play. And I'm sure they're happy to get you back, and that you will learn to spend time that you've been spending in the classroom and in the hallways, that you will learn to spend it at home with the loved ones. Heartiest congratulations to all of you on behalf of the entire ISB community. We are delighted to have amidst us as chief guest for this evening, Dr. K. Radhakrishnan. He is the former chairman of the Space Commission. He is the former chairman of the Space Commission and ISRO, an acclaimed space scientist and a key man in India's odyssey to Mars. In addition to Mangalyaan, Dr. Radhakrishnan's supervision of ISRO was also instrumental in launching GSLV, or the Geosatellite Launch Vehicle, with India's cryogenic engine. Also, the experimental flight of GSLV Mark III, an entry vehicle with unmanned crew module, a dozen operational flights of PSLV, a new space capabilities for navigation, for strategic communications, microwave radar imaging or MRI, and tropical climate studies, amongst many others. An interesting connection that Dr. Radhakrishnan has with you all is that he is also a student of management and a graduate of IIM Bangalore. If that is not enough, he is also an accomplished musician and singer, and also a Kathak dancer. So if you're looking for somebody who's ambidextrous, that is it. I'm sure you are all set to listen to his interesting speech and that you're looking forward to it. But before we go there, let me digress a bit and talk just a bit more about ISB, about you, your achievements, and most importantly, your new responsibilities. Great institutions, great academic institutions, have two common ingredients: great students and wonderful, dedicated faculty. First, it is the reputation and competence and capabilities of the alumni and students that make ISB one of the most desirable management schools, certainly in India, but also around the world. Many faculty have noted that they really enjoy teaching you, and that it's a pleasure to work with you because you're smart, you're dedicated, you're hungry to learn, and that you're willing to work hard. So much so that if they keep repeating this, I may have to end up by charging the faculty for the opportunity to teach you guys. All kidding aside, as students, you have done well. Your dedication and that of your predecessors is reflected in the recognition that ISB receives. We are ranked, as was mentioned earlier, 28th in the Financial Times ranking. This is for the overall PGP program. However, the women are 2 steps ahead. In the most recent ranking, the women's side of the program, if you will, is ranked 26th. When I joined ISB 2 years ago, it was noted that ISB had the highest proportion of women in the PGP program across India. And I committed us to take that number up. So in the coming batch, your batch is 31% women, the coming batch is 35% women. ISB is also ranked first in India in finance and in entrepreneurship. And there's a magazine called Poets and Quants that has ranked the most desirable schools from the viewpoint of students, just from the student viewpoint. Harvard is number 1, Stanford number 2, Wharton number 3, MIT number 4, ISB is number 5. ISBNs have done very well post-graduation. There are over 450 of the alums, and you will soon join the ranks, that hold a title of CXO, Chief Something or the Other. This year's placement has been incredible, and 1,122 offers have been made. And to just put this in perspective, IIM Bangalore, the number of offers made were 420. So somehow our placement team has managed to secure the number of jobs that is almost 3 times as high. But again, this is based on your reputation, and I would like to take this occasion to thank the effort put in not only by the Career Services Office, but our entire staff and faculty that support you, especially the staff. ISB is consistently in the top 3 to 4 when it comes to salary increments 3 years after graduation. And we do very well in that, but that's on a global basis, not just a national basis. However, value is really in wealth created and shared, not just in getting jobs. What we are finding is that more and more of our alums, and you guys, what you do is you get a loan to come to ISB, you got to pay it off. But 3 or 4 or 5 years after graduation, after you've had an opportunity to pay that loan off, a huge number of companies are being started by ISBNs. And this is what I'm really proud of. Again, about 450 companies have been started by ISBNs. And in the past 12 months, about 50 companies have been started by your predecessors. So let's give them a hand. After today, you will take up different roles and get opportunities to apply the knowledge that you have accumulated at ISB. And you'll be in different situations, and I'm confident that you guys will come out shining. While you're going to enter a volatile world that is prone to disruptions, you will face both economic, and technological challenges. In this context, it is important to stay connected with ISB so you can both benefit and contribute on two dimensions. First, as an active alum, you should stay engaged in the learning process, as you will need to avail of all and contribute fresh insights in this dynamic and increasingly uncertain environment. Second, with your graduation, our alumni base will only be a bit shy of 10,000 and expanding at about 1,100 per year. You will be joining a trusted network of thinkers and doers that will lead this country and who will support common causes and goals. What we need you to do is to come back to this institution with fresh insights and problems and opportunities that need attention. You should channel the next generation of bright minds towards ISB. I keep telling the faculty that our responsibility is to hire faculty better than us. It is your responsibility to actually send students who are better than you, although you're very good. Do get involved with our research centers and institutes. Help ISB executive education become the crucible for continuous learning. And in total, do take ownership of ISB. Now let me turn to the second ingredient of ISB success. The success of ISB programs is also because of the faculty, who work day in and day out and bring new ideas and insights into the classroom. I'm sure the faculty will be missed, by the graduating students, more so because they are the ones who challenge us all the time. We are the only school in India that is ranked in the top 100 worldwide in research. We are ranked number 1 in India and number 90 globally by a reputed source called the UT Dallas ranking. This is despite the fact that we are probably the smallest faculty in terms of numbers. The ranking is based on the total bean count, if you will, but this bean count is produced by a very small group of people. We have 51 faculty and residents. Over the last 5 years, when we count the leading management journals, and there's an article I found on Facebook that was talking about ISB's contributions relative to the other schools. And the score that was circulating on Facebook was ISB 53 and the rest of India 29. And that is all schools combined. So I'd like to recognize the faculty on the dais. You guys do an incredible job. Turning back to you, you've worked hard, you've played harder, and suddenly you will find yourself in a new position. And these are new responsibilities that you have to accept, and that is the responsibilities of leading. I'm a bit of a student of history, and coming up to today, I decided I should do a search of what other leaders have done and said. So when I look at people like Mahatma Gandhi or Dr. Abdul Kalam and others, I find that they're saying some things that are very, very similar. All of them talk about that a true leader will dream, will imagine the future, will imagine the outcomes that are possible. So vision and learning become critical. It's your vision of the future almost. So you have to learn from the future. You have to visualize what it would be like in the future. And then you have to act today in anticipation and in preparation of the future. So that is one, thinking of the future and envisioning it. Second, As leaders, you have to figure out what are the problems that are worth solving. What are the things that really need attention? And they may be extending beyond the family, they may extend into the community. And true leadership means doing something for the community when it may not necessarily be in your best interest. So you have to think beyond yourself. Third is constant change, and therefore we have to learn how to learn. So continuous learning is an important aspect for you to become a leader. Fourth, challenge the status quo. You have to visualize the change, you have to lead the change, but every time you change, every time you try to do things differently, you're taking risks. So don't be afraid of taking risks, otherwise you will not be changing. Finally, fifth, inspire others beyond expectation. Do what you're proud of, not just what is good enough. Instill confidence, because you cannot be a leader unless you have some followers. So these are the 5 principles, the punch reel, if you may want to think of it that way. If you have to succeed in this environment, you have to live your own dream. You cannot live other people's dreams. It is your future that you have visualized. Remember that wherever you go, you will be the flag bearers for ISP. Our reputation is and will be in your hands. Therefore, I ask you to be conscious of the need for utmost integrity. One of the things we ISPians are really proud of is not only doing the right things, but doing them right. Integrity is critical. Continue to adhere to the same standards of excellence that you've learned at ISP and carry forward the spirit of enterprise brought together by your predecessors. For our part, we promise to support you in all your efforts on this important task. Remember also that even though you're graduating from here today, this is still your home. At this moment, I would like to thank Mr. Adi Godrej. I've had the privilege to work with him for the last 2.5 years. He is an incredible leader, and much of what ISB is due to contributions, his dedications, his commitment to this institution over the last 15 years, ever since the inception, but certainly also as chairman of the board. So with that, I would like to request Mr. Harish Manwani, new chairman of the board, to have a small token of appreciation. Finally, once again, I'd like to congratulate you and your families. My best wishes for the future. Good luck. God bless. Thank you.